Dear Leonidas Kavakos, thank you for this marathon. Wow. When you are playing, it's more than music. You have once said, music is a spiritual experience. It's a communion in the concert hall where great composers have given us the chance to get closer to divinity. But someone is missing in that equation. The musician, you, and tonight, together with Fabio Luisi and DR Symfoniorkestret, it is because of you that music becomes alive here on earth in the concert hall tonight. And if we insist on perceiving music as a spiritual form of art, as you once said, and the concert as a form of divine service, then you are the high priest who creates who creates a link between heaven and earth. But you are not divine. You are made of flesh and blood, and flesh is fragile. You are flying around the world with your violin, from city to city, from concert hall to concert hall. You are part of the hectic pulse of the present day, where we strive to accomplish more than is possible. At your last concert in Copenhagen, you should have been in your bed instead of a concert floor. You were sick. But when music is in focus, you insist of making a difference. In a time where noise rules, your voice is clear. We thank you for that. Seen over time in the world of music, the pendulum is swinging back and forth between, on the one hand, a so-called romantic style with a large ego. The musician brings us his or her deeply personal interpretation. And on the other hand, a so-called authentic style where the aim is to come as close as possible to the way music sounded at the time when it was entirely new. But that discussion, which style is correct, is not relevant when you are playing. You grew up in a musical family. Your father is a folk musician, and even though the music you play is very different, one senses the same values. Music is passed on from generation to generation and formed by people to people. Music is not static. Music is alive and vivid. You are telling us this. And then you grew up in Greece, overlooking Mount Olympus and the Greek gods. Yeah, and you know what it means that something is sublime, that an idea is purified and refined so that it is not just about you and me, but about the underlying idea, the idea behind our individual conceptions. Plato believed that man is not capable of seeing the depth of life. We only experience things as shadows on a wall in a cave. Reality is beyond our comprehension. But when you, Leonidas Kavakos, are playing Bach and Beethoven or Carl Nielsen, Brahms or Alban Berg as tonight, some of us actually perceive what's really going on behind all the notes. We sense a fragment of the marvelous unity of which the major artworks are composed. And that is an achievement of the greatest order. That's why we are presenting a great prize to you. I will read the official motivation in Danish, but you will receive an English translation in a moment. Léonie Sonnings Musikpris 2017 tildeles med 100.000 euro violinisten Leonidas Kavakos for igennem årtier at have beriget et stort publikum med lysende fortolkninger båret af vibrerende musikalsk nærvær og instrumentalt mesterskab. Med en utrættelig vilje til at lodde dybderne i violinlitteraturens klassikere, har Leonidas Kavakos formået at revitalisere sit instruments musikalske arv. Og med stor personlig integritet og sans for det oprindelige, hvor musikken altid sættes højere end musikeren, borger Leonidas Kavakos for at renfærdigheden fortsat har en stærk stemme i musikkens verden. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, very few words from me. 2 years ago, I was in Stockholm preparing for a concert, and as I arrived in the concert hall, in the reception of the hall, they gave me an envelope saying that this is a message for you. I said, okay. So I took it up and I went to my dressing room and opened the letter. And to my surprise, great surprise, I read that I was chosen for the Sonnings Prize for 2017. Moments before concert are quite special in the sense that psychologically and mentally one prepares for what is a divine process, but it's a very difficult one. It's a big climb, always. And receiving this letter immediately made me extremely nervous for the concert. Because I thought, what have I achieved? And whatever I have achieved after this letter, I really cannot spoil. So then, all these different thoughts went through my mind about, of course, joy of receiving such kind of prize, the honor of receiving such kind of prize, especially when one sees who has been there before. But then came a very special thought in my mind, which was that in our time, where arts in general, and music more specifically, are, so to say, the prime target when it comes to cutting budgets. And this is an international disease, unfortunately. So at such kind of time, then holding this letter in my hands, I thought, my God, there is people who actually is observing our mission. I would not call it work. And people who is actually there and trying to support. You know, we plan almost 2 years in advance the seasons. And it is, you know, amazing that then, of course, we had no idea about this concert. But when we plan the seasons, most things that you hear is that, oh, yeah, this problem, that problem, here they cut the budget, there they cut the budget, this tour is difficult, that project is hard. And the whole time one is facing this kind of problem, which is unfortunately very sad. And then looking at this letter again, I have to say that it's something that gives me hope, not because I or some other great people before me, and much actually greater than me, received this prize, but because what we do takes an effort that is long, for as long as we live. We practice, we work, we search, and we try to bring to you always the best we can without actually knowing what will happen on stage. Therefore, when there are foundations or organizations that actually appreciate and honor every now and then certain people, that I think gives hope to every one of us. I have to say that, again, I want to thank you from my heart for this incredible honor you made for me, and I want to also thank the wonderful colleagues of the Danish Radio Symphony Orchestra and Maestro Luisi, who today, they have practically played a substantial part of violin repertoire just in one concert, and it has been just a privilege, as it is always a joy also to make music with you in this fantastic hall and for such wonderful audience. So thank you very much all for being here, and I really hope that going more and more into concerts, you will feel also this feeling I have that this time here, now, we are all together, and this is a real communion in silence, without any condition. And this is the great, great moment that the arts can offer to us. And I really hope that people will start looking at the arts, not as a primary target when it comes to budget cuts, but in fact the primary target when it comes to making the societies better. Thank you very much again.